It is so funny looking through some of the videos over time. It is so funny what my hair does. I'm not really big into cutting my hair regularly for some bizarre reason. I don't know. It's always one of those things I push off until the last possible moment, and it's kind of getting there. And at that moment, I just take my $25, $30 wild clippers that I bought 7 years ago, and then I just do a number 3 over here and a number 6 over here, and then that's basically it. So it's coming soon. Thank you so much, sir. Very nice of you. And it'll be soon. But in the meantime, I got very nice comments on my hair, so I appreciate that. It's very nice, mostly from my female colleagues who say, hey, I really like it. It looks very sexy, this kind of salt and pepper type look. So great. I'm glad it doesn't look as messy as I perceive it to be. And then I usually go over the top and make it too short, but hey, that's another story altogether. It is, of course, hurricane season, and right now there's another thing that turned into a tropical storm, and then the tropical storm, which is kind of just the precursor of a hurricane, that turned into something that may threaten to hit us here in Miami Beach or on the eastern seaboard in the area between Saturday and Sunday. It's Thursday today, and I'm cycling to work. All I see in the distance are some threateningly black clouds, and there's really heavy rainfalls, but not more than usual these days. Just missed the green light. No, I haven't. No, yes, I have. Oh, what a shame. What a shame. So, yes, that is happening, and as a result, people, like every year in this area, there's literally 2 types of categories of people. Those who totally freak out and go and bulk buy anything and everything that they can get their hands on, like propane gas, water, canned goods, fruit and meat. And some people do this in just over the top. So yesterday we had an order for 87 packets of water. Those 16-ounce bottles of water. They come in a pack of 24 as a big kind of crate, big pack, Zephyrils and Publix water and all kinds of water. And somebody wanted 87. And I mean, if you think about how Instacart is geared up to deliver groceries to customers, I mean, it's regular people who have a regular car. You can maximum, I mean, into a sedan or even into like a large hatchback. How many crates of water do you think you can fit in there? 20 at a push, probably not that realistic. But if you were to do that, 87, we're talking a white van. We're talking a moving van, like a 7.5 ton type van. That's 87 crates of water. How anyone thinks we would fulfill that order is beyond me, but hey, they try. And currently we're under kind of a limitation that's been imposed by the supermarket that says, hey, don't give customers more than 8. Today that's changed to 4. So I wonder what's happening by the time I get there in 20 minutes or so. I wonder if we actually have that many on the shelf left. Yes, people do weird things at hurricanes. So that's one camp of people. The other camp are completely chilled out about it, and they just go, there's constant threat of hurricane here. So it's not something that's new to us. And we just live with it. And, you know, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And I have to admit, I fall into the latter camp. I don't watch the news. I don't really buy into this, oh my God, something terrible is gonna happen. We're all gonna freaking die and we're here live with the camera. That's really not me. I'm just more like, well, we've been here through Irma. That was an interesting experience. Miami Beach was more or less empty. That was about 2 years ago. Last year we didn't have a major hurricane, but Irma 2017, that really threatened to hit Miami Beach. In the end, it didn't. Last minute, it changed course and hit the Keys, the Florida Keys instead. And they had some devastating destruction over there. After places like Haiti is really terrible, the amount of destruction that is happening there in all the Caribbean, really. And it's kind of, yeah, by the time we get it, it's usually a little bit less forceful, less powerful. But yes, we'll see what happens this year. So I'm fairly chilled out about it. But it is kind of sickening to think about all these people, like, you know, Weather Channel and local news, and they're back in the Irma days. They had some live vans that are parked up on 5th Street and Ocean Drive, and they were all kind of heroically ready to die because we're embracing the storm, and look, we're here, we get paid for this, and we're hoping we're gonna get vast amounts of views out of this, and so sorry that nothing happened. What a shame. So yes, that's a little bit weird, this sensationalism that is happening, and that in the name of news these things are built up to be something bigger than they are. I'm not belittling the fact that when a hurricane hits that's devastating, absolutely, but you know, it's just one of those weird media things, the sensationalism, and it just goes to show the moment it was clear that the hurricane didn't hit here, they just went away and filmed the flooding in downtown instead, because oh my god, there's flooding. Yeah, that's why I don't watch the news anymore, because it's not really anything that's helpful and informative there. It's more over the top stuff, clickbait really, and is the word I'm looking for, I think. Clickbait, yes. But anyway, hurricane, it reminds me that back in 2017, we decided not to go to the shelters. So they always advise you that perhaps you should evacuate your home if you're in a zone that is about to be hit by a hurricane. So currently we just know one is coming. We don't really know exactly where it's going to hit, but as it comes closer, the governor of Florida usually tells us that certain areas of the state are under an emergency evacuation order, and if that happens, then it's not exactly mandatory for us to leave, it's just advised. And the idea is that if you don't do it and an emergency is happening, then there's no emergency services that will be in your area. So if you do get a heart attack or some other medical emergency, pull that out of my hat there, if you have something that requires an ambulance or a police van or anything like that, you cannot rely on these people to come and help you and rescue you from a potentially dangerous situation. That's all that means. So if you live in a mobile home, that's terrible, of course, because that's usually going to be destroyed if there is a hurricane. But luckily all we got in the end was the storm. But we had all these warnings coming in via all kinds of channels, not just the news, but also this governmental channel that sends you text messages to your iPhone, not via the cell network but via something else, these Amber Alerts and all that. So it's very interesting how that built up. And the reason why we toughed it out here was that I was on TPN at that point, on the artificial nutrition. So that required us to take with us, if we had gone to the shelters, it would have required us to take these 2-gallon liquid bags that needed to be refrigerated, and we had about 10 of those in our fridge, and all the medical supplies that all had to be sterile so that I could infuse myself there every day, because I wasn't eating at that point, just after cancer treatment. Yeah, that was kind of weird. So we decided that would have been way too much to take all that with us, and we decided not to do this and stay here instead. So thinking back at that, I remember making some videos that I've uploaded back then to YouTube, but I don't think I've ever made them public. So I may take the opportunity to do this now and link you to a playlist with all these videos I've made during that time, because it was a nice little diary type journey that just chronicled the events as they unfolded, and also what Miami Beach then looked like, the part where we lived down south of 5th, what that looked like without traffic and devoid of people. There were really only a few of us who decided we're gonna stay, and one of them was Patricia, whom you've incidentally met in one of my other videos, in the rainy one, when I set out. You can just about hear her in the background there. That was very nice. But she said, thank you for sharing your inspiration. That was very, very nice. So yes, that's happening for us right now. So we'll see how it progresses. So right now all we see is grayish sky. So it is raining a little bit, but not quite enough to put my jacket on. And it's thundering too, so ooh. I came home yesterday. That was another inspirational story. I came home yesterday from after I met Dr. Casso there, and I decided to go on the bus. Found the bus stop after that security van literally chased me away. So I found it, sat there, two Spanish-speaking ladies on the same seat waiting for the bus. And there's only really one bus that comes by to pick us up. So I looked on my mobile application, courtesy of Miami-Dade Transport, and now it is beginning to rain. And it showed that the bus is coming in 45 minutes, so it would have taken us 45 minutes to wait there. But in front of me, massive black cloud, and that showed me I'm gonna have to pull over and put my rain jacket on, because this rain, if it starts like this, it's too strong. So I saw this cloud and I thought, hey, this is gonna be here in less than 5 minutes, and it's gonna be so strong we're just all gonna be drenched sitting here waiting 45 minutes for the bus. So what I did is call an Uber, or call a Lyft rather, Lyft ride. My man Brandon was there for us literally within 3 minutes, and I said to the ladies, hey, if you're going to Dadeland North, which is the railway station that's close by, hop in, no charge. We're just gonna do a little free-for-all here, and yeah, there we go. It's gonna be nice. And they were very appreciative. One of them, turns out she did actually speak English. She came with me all the way to Miami Beach because she wanted to go over further north. Whoops. See, rain is coming. Gotta be prepared. So she came with me all the way to Miami Beach and then took the bus from here. That was really nice. And we had a nice inspiring chat, and one of the things that she was saying one of the things that she was saying, for God's sake, was it's always nicer if you share with your bread with other people. And she told us how much she prays, including for people like Mr. Trump, to make the right decisions in times like these. And that was just very nice to hear, and it feels good to do that. It just feels very good to share things with your fellow man. It's a good effect, isn't it? With the water leaking down the lens. Awesome stuff. Ooh. Yeah, so as I was saying, hurricane is coming. And I suppose this is the first sign of it. It's actually easier for me to wear my sunglasses, believe it or not, because then I don't get the water directly into my eyes. So even though it's dark, it is actually better to do this. Wow. I didn't see this coming. I mean, I was clever enough to bring my jacket, but really this much water, it is not something this is not what the sky looked like this morning. And so my pants are now completely drenched. It's like I've just stepped out of a shower here. So it's absolutely ridiculous. I'm glad I'm wearing these nylon trousers, so they'll dry off relatively quickly. But still, that's just crazy. That's, of course, that's the big other massive issue that we have here. Not just in times of hurricanes, but also just regularly. I've noticed that yesterday on my way to the doctor. When you go onto public transport, it is literally 90 degrees Fahrenheit outside, so over 30 degrees centigrade. And then you step on the bus, where they get perhaps ever so slightly carried away with the air conditioning. So then you step in there and it's about like 65 or 63, and that's just crazy. So that's like 18, 16 degrees centigrade. That's just bad. That's just absolutely bizarre. So you freeze to death. You constantly have to put on your thick jacket and then take it off as soon as you get out again. Yeah. See if we survive. Thank you so much, my fellow passenger, for letting me over because I'm green and you're not.